It's the Rams and the reigning Super Bowl champs. Next on Madden Football.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Minnesota Vikings. They start the drive with Lynch, and he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. The numbers on the ground for Lynch a week ago: 19 carries, 92 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on it.
Now Mon. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's got room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Joseph Osai in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. And here's Hunter, nice wonder down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Lynch. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And some room to maneuver. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there for Minnesota. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. That's a
touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Knocked that down for a win in the defense's column.
That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now Lynch. And some room to work. Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. 21-0 our score after 1. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wildcard spots with 2 weeks to go. But you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Out of the gun now on third down. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. He's got room to run past the 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it is 28-0. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And they've had little to no success stopping him on the ground all game long because that's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and by far the best touchdown of the bunch. They came into this game knowing that they needed to rely on him, and the defense knew they needed to slow him down, yet he's delivered in a big way, and he's been sensational.
He covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Blitz forthcoming, is under pressure, and down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. Following the penalty, Lynch. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 201 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Mond looks to throw on first down. And he's got this to Jefferson. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A real field flipper there as all of a a sudden, they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Mond. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Vikings open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here this first half. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. They'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He finds his man. Complete. That's Armstrong. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete. Again, he'll drop the throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coach. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
2nd and 6. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Or maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Back to throw again. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. to throw again. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. But 223 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Mond to the air on 1st and 10. He finds Lynch. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll run again with Lynch. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. Touchdown, Vikings! Kene Nwangu, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Joseph Osai in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll look to throw here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Yeah, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a play fake here on first down. Staying on his feet. He finds his man, complete. It's Armstrong. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll look to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. The Rams on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to and he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Joseph Ossai in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Vikings are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joseph Ossai, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. 2nd and 15. They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Joseph Ossai in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
I notice you use the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
That's throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And just shutting him off there. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Lynch. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. And they'll run again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Sam Schloman now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Joseph Osai in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Back to throw here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Rolling to his right. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They certainly made quick work of that. Ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Lynch. He's got a first down past the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.